It's another mini episode. It's another episode. It's Talkin' Yanks. It's the 2020 player profile and projection, and we are talking about my dude, Masahiro Tanaka. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there will be Tanaka. I got that wrong. It's the best John Sterling clip ever, but I don't have that on my soundboard right now.
Anyways.
The sun will come out. Tanaka. Bet your bottom dollar that Tanaka there will be sun. Anyways. Just thinking about that clip gets me jazzed up.
It's a good clip.
Okay, Masahiro Tanaka is the subject of today's episode. If you don't like Tanaka, go stab yourself in the thigh with a pencil and get a mild case of lead poisoning.
Jesus.
I think back in 2017, I had a quote that said, if you're a Yankees fan and you don't like Masahiro Tanaka, then I still like you, but not as much. Because you should. You should like Masa.
Really good quote.
Thank you. People have been saying it forever, dude. They're like,
yeah.
If you go to JOMBOY quotes, you search JOMBOY quotes, I have like a brainyquote.com page dedicated to me, but it's just that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's all about, if you're a Yankees fan and you don't like Masahiro Tanaka, I still like you, but not as much. brainyquote.com/Jamboy/Masahiro-Tanaka-quote.
Tanaka's the best. He killed the Rays last year.
Yeah, they don't even know what's going on.
Like, call PETA type bullshit on the Rays. People forget Tanaka was an all-star last year, Jim.
People do forget that. People also forget that Boone left him out to die in Boston.
Yeah. You want the butter knifers?
Do you have butter knife stats for this? Because, listen.
Jim, you know I do.
But
bro.
listen, there's two albatross. There's two albatross stats here, or just out of the ordinary stats, that need to be butter knifed by Jake. It's the Boston start when no one knew what the fuck was going on. And it's the London start versus Boston. And I want that one completely wiped from the record, Jake. Completely wiped from the record. And then there's the one versus Boston where Boone let him out to dry and get 12 earned runs. You can't completely wipe that one from the record. Right. But if we drop it from 3.1 to 12 to like 2 and 6, I think that's fair.
Jim, if you take out the Boston start where he was supposed to fall on he was left out to fall on the sword, 3.1 innings pitched, 12 earned runs. 12 earned runs.
I think you can't omit that. You have to just lessen it.
I'll tell you what I can do. If you omit that one start, Tanaka's ERA goes to 3.94 on the season. Which, I mean, is crazy that he landed at 4.45, and how different 3.94 sounds than that. Jim, full butter knife. If you take out the London series, which you proclaim was fake baseball.
It was.
And the Boston fall on the sword start. So if you're taking 2 starts away from Tanaka out of the 32 he made, so the rest of the 30, Masahiro Tanaka had a 3.64 ERA.
Okay, I'm doing my version of butter knife stats, but I have to go to Google and type in ERA calculator.
Oh, I live on ERA calculator. That's how you butter knife. Bro.
Yeah, I know that. I know where you live, dude. I know where you live. So I'm omitting the London series completely because fuck that shit. And then I'm the fall on the sword in Boston. I have to let Tank, even though I love him dearly, I have to let him eat 6 of those earned runs. I think, you know what, even? I'm going to go into that game log when he allowed 12 earned runs. I'm going to see. Boy. Just let me do it, Jake.
No, this is, now you're that
7.
crossed the line
7.
of loving him too much.
No, because I wanted to see how many he gave up after 2, and I was going to give him 6, but it's actually 7.
Okay.
So he's eating 7 of those runs still. Okay.
Okay.
Are you guys following me? So that kid's his
We're here.
total number of earned runs on the season 85, and his innings pitched 181 instead of 182. So it's actually 180.2.
Math pod.
180.2. And his official butter knife stat, ERA,
JOMBOY butter knife stat.
is a 4.2.
I won't be associated with those.
I don't want it either. I liked yours better.
Yeah, that was terrible. And I think you ended up doing it wrong at the end. But I appreciate the effort. And we're not a math pod.
I mean, I just gave it my all.
All right, last bad stuff because we were involved with bad stuff for Tanaka. I mentioned this with J.A. Happ. Tanaka had 7 starts where he gave up 5 or more earned runs. So J. Happ had 6. I was just proving earlier that wasn't a terrible thing. But where they're different is Tanaka was really fucking good the rest of the time. Tanaka was a lights-out dirty dog. He had, 11 starts of 1 run or less. I think that bumps up to, almost half of his starts were 2 runs or less. Tanaka had a really nice year. And again, if you do go by ERA or you don't know the full story, you're missing out. And luckily, if you were one of those boners that missed out on it, you got to see playoff Tanaka and he shat down your throat. Thank you.
Thank you. Playoff Tanaka has a 1.76 ERA in 46 innings pitched. But that's a small sample size.
Yeah. Well, guess what? It's the sample we have. And if he pitched bad in those innings, you'd say he was terrible.
Yeah. So lick our cuts immediately.
Yeah. Seriously about it.
Why don't you think about it for 1 second before you come after Tanaka on this podcast?
He's good.
I love him. Love him dearly. He's on a contract year, Jake.
No, it's always funny remembering when Tanaka's arm was supposed to fall off 3 years ago, and he's just pitched instead.
People still say it. They still say,
yeah,
he probably needs that Tommy John now.
Yeah,
and it's like, we're so far past that. You need to up your meme game. But he's a free agent, dude. And you know what they say about that?
You
scares me. I'm living this whole season in fear of not being with Tanaka next year.
Wow, that's I feel bad for you.
Jake. Empathy is huge.
No person should have to feel that pain.
Thank you.
And,
I appreciate your empathy.
I feel sorry for you. Something that's going to be weird, that's not going to be mentioned throughout the season, which when I say that, I mean it will be mentioned like once a month. Tanaka and Paxton both in contract years. I mean, two of our top 4. And I mean, if you mix Happer in the top 5 in his vesting option, three of our top 5 starting pitchers are in the last year of their contract.
Are you nervous that Cole is going to not get along with Tanaka?
No way. I think there's the highest respect across from each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. Are you nervous that he's not going to have his splitter again? He lost his splitter with the new balls. He had to change his grip. He's going to have to feel these balls and try to figure out what grip he wants to use.
I think, I've always got a spin zone. I think he's going to be a double splitter guy this year. I think he's going to have the new splitter he learned last year, which if you remember, the movement on that was almost more of a changeup. Mm-hmm. Like it kind of went down and away and dropped off. And his traditional splitter just dropped. So I think we're going to see double split Tanaka.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Double split, dude. Damn.
Yeah.
You know what I love about Tanaka? Watching him use his fastball in reverse. So badass.
Mm.
He's the best.
Sometimes he throws it to second base on a pickoff move, and you're like, whoa, reverse fastball.
Huh. I get it. Because it went the wrong direction.
Reverse.
I've seen him throw a pick off to second and the batter still swing.
You've seen that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Didn't know what to call it. So he just didn't call it anything. They called it a pickoff attempt and a practice swing.
Baseball, probably.
Under the umbrella of baseball, it fell for sure.
What's the over-under on wins for Tanaka? 27?
I think 23 is the official Vegas over.
That's Vegas line.
Yeah, and I'm going to take the over on that one.
Yeah.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know his projected stats per Baseball Reference? And they're projecting this with 78% reliability.
Sure.
5 hit by pitches, 694 batters faced, 28 home runs, which would be the same as last year, 166 innings pitched, and a 4.45 ERA.
James, you know what you can write down in pen?
What's that?
You could get this tattooed on you right now if you wanted.
I could if I had a tattoo gun and the ability to do it to myself and the want to get a tattoo. Yes, what could it be?
Masahiro Tanaka will do this thing that he's done for the past 3 seasons. He will have a complete game shutout this year.
Oh, against the Rays probably too.
I mean, most likely. They literally can't even see the ball when he's out there.
I know, man. It's like they're playing in fog. I've always wondered that. Why can't they see it, you know?
I think your love for Tanaka plays in big time to your big brother stuff on the Rays.
Okay.
Like that's your buddy just every time he sees the Rays bullying him that you're like, I don't care if they win a series or do something. When he's out there, there's nothing they can do.
No, there's not. I mean, it's sad a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit sad. I think, to be serious, Jake.
Sure.
Because this has been a lot of not serious stuff.
Okay.
And we have some people out there named Carl.
Yeah.
And Joe.
Thanks, Carl. Thanks, Joe.
Maybe Danielle that are like, they're not being serious enough for me.
Right.
Here's the serious stuff. So buckle up.
Right.
No one cares about Tanaka's regular season.
Bing.
If he throws a 3 ERA or a 4.5 ERA, we're excited for playoff Tanaka.
Right.
So just pitch, keep us in games, have some fun. Get mad at yourself a couple times.
Sure.
Don't lose yourself in Tanaka, you know?
Right.
Because it's a whole bunch of nothing matters until it matters.
James, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
I wasn't sure where the stop was. Yeah, I mean, he in 2017, Tanaka had a 4.74 ERA, and then he went out in the postseason and he twirled 2 great starts against Houston and 7-inning shutout against a good Cleveland team. And then in 2018, he had one of his better ERA seasons, a 3.75. Went out and shut him down in the playoffs. Did the same thing this past year. It really is absurd when Yankee fans say stuff like, "Hey, it really matters when you do it in October." But then those same people come out and they're like, Tanaka gives up too many home runs. Don't care. He's a stud in October, and he's going to twirl us 30 starts, and he's handsome.
Oh, he's very handsome.
That Hoke picture from the other day, oh, my God.
Do you know what his nickname is in Japan?
What's his nickname in Japan?
I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's Makun or Makun.
Right. I think it's Makun. I believe.
Makun. The nickname stuck after Tanaka and Saito told the media that was what Tanaka was called on the team during the U.S.-Japan high school baseball tournament that followed the national tournament in 2006. Eagles manager Katsuya Nomura often refers to Tanaka as Makun in interviews, while older players on the team generally call Tanaka by his surname. Some call him by the abbreviated nickname Ma. That's why I call him Mom. While on the Yankees, Tanaka wore the nickname Masa during his jersey during the Players' Weekend. On this show, we refer to him as Tank sometimes. What does Makun mean, Jake?
I don't know.
I I thought you were my Japanese translator.
I just Googled sexy in Japanese, and that's sakushi.
What is it?
Sakushi?
Okay, sexy.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a Reddit. Japanese Redditors, what does the nickname Makun translate to, and why would you call someone that? When you say Makun, I'm assuming you're talking about the baseball player Masahiro Tanaka. Correct.
Yep.
In a sense, it might be similar to putting boy after Daniel to make Danny Boy. In Japanese, kun is replaced after names and nicknames, usually for boys, in a similar manner as putting Mr. or Doctor. Putting kun gives a sense of proximity to the person, and it shows friendship. Kids usually use kun or kun, I don't know what it is, after his or her male friends, and adults sometimes use it towards younger friends. So, and Ma is for Masahiro, so it's like, Danny Boy, Ma-kun. I get it.
Sure.
I get it. In Bangladesh, they say bye. So at Domino's, they would call me Jimmy Bye.
It's like JOMBOY.
Yeah, but bye, not boy.
You and Tanaka are connected that way. Ma-kun and JOMBOY. It's basically the same thing.
Thank you.
No problem.
Jake, thank you for that.
No problem.
Yeah, that's cool, Ma-kun. Ma-kun. You think it's kun or kun?
I think it's kun, but I think we're entering a dangerous territory, so I'd stop saying it.
Okay. Jeez. Guy hates raccoons.
Yeah.
Remember when you used to walk around campus saying, I support...
Nope, this is a lie. Cut that one off.
Good, I didn't want to finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to finish it, so I'm not going to. And no one can hear that. From now on, it's done.
It's done.
Anything else you got on Masa?
Fake story, gone. No, I mean, enjoy Tanaka. I mean, it would be it'd be cool if he got a lot of love this year, because maybe he did have this weird thing where he was kind of viewed as the Yankees ace, like even after Sevy kind of rose up to some people. And again, he showed it in the postseason. But if you expect it in a regular season, he's gonna have some starts where it's just not there, and you kind of have to let that go a little bit.
Let it go.
So I wonder if there is a Cole. Well, Cole's gonna Cole. If Sevy bounces back, I wonder if Tanaka can kind of fly under the radar and put up a really nice season.
Yeah, I hope he does. I'm rooting for him, and I hope you are too.
Nice.
And that's fair, right?
That's fair.
Okay. And it's
I mean, and I said words that I was hoping were right. That's kind of how I normally get by. But I mean, 2017 is the come up of Sevy, and Tanaka was kind of the expected ace that year, so he still had that responsibility. 2018, Sevy's the ace for the first half of the season, but then he has that terrible stretch, so we're kind of looking back towards Tanaka. And then last year, Sevy gets hurt. Paxton's the new guy, and we don't believe in him yet. So Sevy's kind of the ace again, or Tanaka's kind of the ace again. So this year is the first year that Tanaka's really not going to get looked at that way, which I don't know. It's just an interesting dynamic.
He's the cutest, most handsome, best ever. And that will probably wrap up the show. And I hope to meet him one day. And say, hey, I'm older than you, shorter than you, less talented than you, and uglier than you. Would you like my number? Then look at his translator, and his translator looks at me and like, I'm not saying that to him.
Yeah.
That's the interview. And that was the episode. See you guys later.
Chad Green saw a ghost.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he sure saw a ghost.